So I wanna share a couple of stories about you would say, students that come to do channeling, come to learn channeling, and I just want to tell a couple of stories of them. And the most actually best story is yet is the Kate. I call it a woman whose name is Kate. And one day she calls me that she feels that she needs to meet me because she has like motivation and a strong feeling that we must meet and talk. And when the first time we met, we were talking about many things. She was maybe a little bit stressed, maybe a little bit something like else. But the information I gave, or the information that was given, made her feel calm, and she understood many things. The next thing that happened is that when she came to her first channeling lesson, she was like, "Whoa, I understand how it's going on." And we are sitting like in a round, a circle, and I was like, "Okay, now let's do open channeling. Everybody who is receiving information can now say what they receive upon the questions I will give." And she was the first woman who received many informations. And I was like, okay, well, there were a couple of more step by step who began to receive information, but she was the first one. And then at the next channeling lesson, we decided to put her on the chair and now start channeling. And then she started channeling one entity, and the information was giving. Well, the thing is, what happens when you do channeling, for her it was really clear. Only little glimpses of doubts, little glimpses of dizzy head, and so on and so on. But these things fade in time. You get really balanced, and you don't have anything bothering you. The next thing that happened with her was that she was getting really doubts. Like, she isn't sure what's going on. Like, she isn't sure that the information is true or not. And until one day, like a couple of days ago, she started channeling a different entity, and the entity completely changed her appearance. Like, she was talking in a different voice, completely fast, was laughing in a voice that is hard to repeat. And she was like, okay, now I know for sure that this isn't my imagination, the information is just coming and coming. Now, this for her was really perfect, really smooth, and she was really ready for that. The next person was, I will not say the names of any other persons. He was like a healer, you would say, a healer in a specific type of a way, and he many times have been aware that he start talking really clever things. But he wants to do you would say, conscious channeling. Like, he's for sure that he channels somebody and sees him and talks with him. And I decided to, okay, now you will try to channel. He said, okay. He starts channeling, and what happened is he's I don't know, this is cheek, or I don't know how you call this part under. Starts getting cramps, like the muscles get really strong. He says, oh. Then he says, in my stomach I feel like butterflies, and not quite the pleasant feeling, but it, like when you eat something bad, you feel like, I want to blah blah. And then the back of the neck, and I say, okay, now for the first time let's just stop. And then he stopped. He was really dizzy and everything. Now this is because his energy isn't ready for it's like the physical body can receive information in a polite way, but when it comes to channeling, the physical body needs to have that other entity's energy. And if the physical body is like too much dense energy, too low frequency energy, the light energy, the energy of light, will start like spinning out the all unpleasant energy, the all darker, lower frequency energies throughout the solar chakra, throughout the third chakra. I believe people who do visualization meditations energy light meditations, energy receiving meditations, they can easily have and consume this energy without any resistance. But for this person also for me was actually basically identical situation. You get physical side effects. And I said, okay, let's stop for the first time. And the second time, he already started receiving information and telling it, like, okay, I see them, they're doing this and this and that and that. But it was such a huge laughter for us because the entity was completely different. And the next time, he channeled, also in the previous time, he was like, he receives information, he said, man, my mind starts thinking so much. My mind starts thinking so much of whether it's true or not, and the mind just locks this information, blocks and keeps on blocking. And said, that's okay. It will fade in time. That's no problem. The only thing is for you necessary that, yes, the mind blocks this information. It's like the neurons in the mind are locked in a specific type of way, and they start to moving in a circle, in a closed circle, and the mind starts because the stronger energy is like in a circle. All you need to do is just unlock these circles, unlock this mind, unlock these concepts, and energy will start flowing really, really smooth and really, really clear. And the last time we met, he was like, even he in a few times received even the understanding of the question. It's like he said, well, now I understood. If you want to receive an answer for yourself, you keep this question in your third chakra through feelings, and then you will receive the answer, not in your mind. I said, yes, that's what I always do, but now you even explain to me even more, because you need to hold the question in your solar chakra. But I always held the question there, but I didn't. I just thought it's like in the feelings. But he explained it a little bit more. And then the next student was he tried only once. He sat down. He started laughing. He started channeling, and I said, "Calm down, calm down." He started calming down, and instantly the channel faded away, just completely lost. And then he started to think, and it was all closed for him, because I by accident said, calm down, calm down. I didn't mean to calm down energetically. I meant to calm down the mind, let it flow. But it was a misunderstanding at that point. And he closed it down completely, and he was like sitting. I don't receive anything. Now, to do channeling, you need to raise your energy and to let go and become more of that energy that's coming through. Joy, pleasant, balance, whatever the joy is. He had extremely huge excitement. Now the next person was a woman, which I received information was really, really strange. Like, I cannot even explain. And actually I saw her the first time, and this was my mistake of letting her channel that much. But we all learn from mistakes. The thing is that she instantly channeled an entity who said that he is before all that was. Well, yeah, I don't have any problems of accepting that, Mr. All that was entity. And she's saying that we need to protect ourselves. And it's like, okay, now this is getting really interesting. And I said, protect ourselves from what? I was like thinking, Mr. All before that was entity. Protect ourselves from the red energy. Okay, this is true. And then he said, you need to go up. I understood, I received information, need to go up. That meaning that we will rise in energy, we will go up in energy. I said, that is true. And one person in the room said, go up where? To the roof? And the woman started channeling herself instantly. To the roof? No. And she completely, and then was the mind. And I was like, okay, why do we need to go up to the roof? I was like pretending. And she's like, because the information was indifferent, but the way that woman, because of her strange personality, translated that information was completely misunderstanding. So in this case, there is more job needed to be done with the woman in terms of thinking, in terms of word library, in terms of how she explains things, only then with the entity. And I was really, there was so much energies in the room instantly popped up. Somebody was, protect ourselves from what? We need to go on the roof. The other was, no, their ship has landed on the roof. We need to go and see. He said, stop. This is getting. And because many people that come to these channelings, they are you need to sense, you need to channel yourself in order to see and receive the information that's coming through that person. But many people accept information in words only. And for this woman, particular, firstly, balance the way you understand and explain things. Because, for example, you said you need to protect yourself. Now, this is many understandings that can be understood from this text. And so you need to instantly ask, protect from what? Protect, how do you mean protect? And so on and so on. Now, and then another law which I wrote about how to channel is that no entity will tell you what you need to do. Entities will only and only answer to the question you give. They will not come and tell you stories. They will just give you a possibility to ask a question, and by your free will receive the answer. This is how it happens. This is how it happens. Of course, this body itself can ask the questions if he likes to, but basically this is only questions and answers. Questions and answers. Maybe if you have an agreement to do this prior to this life, you can have an entity that starts saying things. But before he starts saying things, you should and you will receive the understanding why is he giving this information. So if you are doing channeling, if you are watching channeling, this law which I just said is how it is. And basically, if somebody is starting channeling, saying stories, you need to go somewhere, you need to protect something, you need to do something. This is just a misunderstood information, completely misunderstood information, or this is just his mind talking, or pretending that he's channeling, and all types. When for a person who is channeling, for himself understanding how does he know that he is channeling, basically he is receiving thought forms or ideas or energies without his own origin. You can feel them. Hands are moving by themselves, and dizzy head, and all types of such feelings. And I channel basically entities who have glowing light around them, like much higher frequency entities. I'm not even interested in entity who is coming to me and is completely physical, that I don't see any light around him. It's like, no, it's just not for me. It's just I'm more used to something exciting, something interesting, something meditative, something higher, something and everything. I'm not interested in the physical part. So this is my past experiences about learning others to channel, although there were many other also that I would love to share, but because I'm already in my arriving point, I don't have any time to say anything more. And also, I have written the book in English, 1,000 Laughing Buddhas, and also I will have another book translated by the name of How to Do Channeling, and this will be also available. And hope you like it, enjoy, and yeah, whatever.